What's going on? Jebb here. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. We go live 9:30 Eastern every single morning to bring you our updates on the Bitcoin price. And today we've got a big one, i.e. a $2,000 size one, because this morning around 6:40 in the morning Eastern, Bitcoin rallied $2,000 in 3 minutes. We saw a massive short squeeze. I love waking up to the smell of a short squeeze in the morning because we have seen a massive rally on Bitcoin. We've moved from 44,500 where we were last night to where we are now, pushing up towards new local highs of $48,000. It's really cool. PlanB actually said we're going to be closing this month around 43. We ended up closing right around 44, and he has a price prediction now that he's been right 2 months in a row of $63,000 by the end of October. Is PlanB right? Are we about to increase $15,000 in the next 30 days and be heading back to all-time high and $100,000 by December like he's saying? I think we might be. We're going to be breaking down everything that happened over the last 24 hours and what we think is going to happen over the next 7 days on this show. We're going to start off, as always, with our first segment, be talking about the bullish technicals, the bullish scenarios. Then, briefly, it will be a short segment, but our second segment, we'll talk about our bearish technicals and bearish scenarios so that you guys have both sides of the story, and then we'll dive into our concluding segment where we'll discuss the current state of the market. I am joined, as always, by my co-host and your favorite, and today's winner, T.A. Tam. How you doing, Tam?
What's up, everybody? Had to upgrade my background, because we have Smay's addition to my background, but I thought I'd go with a family photo today, and so that's going to be sitting there now for a while, and this is win number 2 in a row. Next week, I'll be opening it up again for the second time, so we look forward to that. So
congratulations to Timothy. We got some new members, and I need to introduce Smay so that he can say them. Welcome, as always, to our producer, Smay. How you doing, Smay?
Hey, everybody. I'd like to give a shout-out to, because I'm not going to acknowledge the fact that he won today.
That's called sore loser.
I want to give a shout-out to my favorite members. They're not my favorite. Well, they are my favorite.
Oh.
I can't take favorites, though, because you guys are all my children.
That's true.
I have a special shout-out today for a member, Tom Wilkes. Thank you so much for being a member. Neil Melker. Thank you for being a member. And Brandon Seagrave, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We love you guys so much. If you're interested, if you're not in the membership program and you're interested, there's a link in the description. It's a very fun time to be a member. It's really great, so thank you for being a member. You guys, thank you.
Boom sauce. Heck yeah, guys. Thank you very much for signing up. Really quickly, Tim, you had a long position this morning. How'd you do in that?
Yeah, no, so I actually entered it last night. And here's the thing. I did not do it at the bottom. I actually went and kind of found, I wanted confirmation. So I entered somewhere around 43,300. So I'm sitting up, I'm gonna look at my little portfolio right now. I'm sitting up about $70, so it was at a $1,000 position. Look forward to that. I am in a position right now where, while I think the price is going to still go up, I'm in a boat of saying should I take some of it and go ahead and take some profit, wait for it to come down even a little bit more before going back in. But I haven't decided that yet. Maybe by the end of the show, I'll have made my mind up there.
Well, guys, we haven't even started yet. We've already got 1,600 people watching. It's going to be a great show today. We got a lot of content lined up for you. Go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. It helps to promote us in the algorithm. If you want more people to learn the good news of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, that is one way that you can do that. Let's see if we can't get to 750 likes here in the next couple of minutes. But let's go ahead and jump onto my chart. I know you guys are curious about the price. We're actually going to start, funnily enough, down on the 1 minute chart. We normally don't look at the 1 minute chart because we don't do a bunch of scalping and 10-minute long trades here. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not where we specialize. But we do need to look at it today because I want to show you what started around 3 o'clock this morning. Right around 3 o'clock in the morning, Bitcoin was trading at $44,000. It rallied $1,000 in 20 minutes, up 2%, and we started moving up towards $45,000. At this point, the bears were shaking in their boots. They were starting to get a little bit concerned that the market was going to be moving to the upside and they were going to get stopped out. And it just so happens that a couple of hours later, at 6:26 this morning, Bitcoin started rallying, and literally within 2 minutes, it rallied $1,700. Within 3 minutes, it had rallied a grand total of $1,950, 5% in 2 minutes. Now pause. Let's go back to full screen. Let's break this down. How does a market rally 2,000% in 2 minutes? How does it do that? Well, if you are new to cryptocurrency and you're not familiar with the way that leverage trading works, then there is something, and it's not just in leverage trading, it's in normal trading too. Whenever you're trading, you should ideally have something called a stop loss. Whenever you have a stop loss, that basically says if you lose too much money on a trade or you go so far into the negative, then you will be automatically knocked from that trade. Especially if you're leverage trading, then there's something called a liquidation price. And if you get liquidated, all of your cryptocurrency gets given back to the exchange, and you either sell if you're in a long position or you buy if you're in a short position, and then you have to put that money back on the market. What happened is that we had a bunch of dominoes lined up in the shape and size of people shorting Bitcoin. Probably because they weren't watching this channel. They were shorting Bitcoin thinking this descending triangle pattern is going to push us to the downside. There was a short squeeze. 2 minutes later, Bitcoin rallied 2,000%. It's those dominoes that got lined up. They started falling down, and they pushed us in the right direction. Also, keep in mind, guys, there were 3 major bearish news stories over the month of September, and we're going to talk about all this in today's show. Number 1, El Salvador launched Bitcoin. We had a giant crash. I've told you on this channel before, I think that was manipulative. We also saw Evergrande coming out of China. Everybody was saying this is the next Lehman Brothers, and then we saw that there was the bearish fundamental, or I should say the FUD of China banning Bitcoin. I swear, if I had $1 for every time I banned Bitcoin, I could buy a couple of Bitcoin. If I had $1 for every time China banned Bitcoin, I could buy a couple of Bitcoin, put it that way. Anyway, let's look out here a little bit longer term and get some more perspective on where we are. Remember, yesterday, Tim and I were discussing and more like debating whether or not we were in a descending triangle pattern or not. But the point is, we both agreed, hey, we're going to break bullish out of this, and then we're going to continue moving to the upside. Even in yesterday's show, we talked about how, hey, we're expecting moving into the weekend, we're going to be heading up towards major resistance levels. For example, one right here, sitting around 48,500, and that's one of the first levels that I want to show you. And here's exactly why. 48,500 is a critical level of support for more than one reason. 48,500, 48,300, it depends on exactly how you look at it, but it is a level of resistance to be paying attention to. Here's why. If we look at our RSI out on the daily chart, there is potential that if we don't close above 48,300, that we could actually form what is known as bearish RSI divergence. Now remember, we've had bullish RSI divergence propping up this market for the longest time. The market has been using this bullish RSI divergence over the last 2 days as an excuse to move to the upside. But now we might end up seeing shorter-term bearish RSI divergence play out if we don't see Bitcoin rally above 48,300 to 48,500. So keep that in mind. That has not come to pass just yet, but we do want to see Bitcoin at least tomorrow, but hopefully today, close above 48.3. And frankly, I think that is in the cards. A lot of people around the world are waking up right now. The Pacific Coast is barely even awake. I think it's, 5 o'clock in the morning over there, 6 o'clock in the morning. They've barely even gotten out of bed. So I think we're going to see a lot of bullish price action coming over the next couple of hours, especially having to do with everything we're about to talk about. One of the next things I want to show you on the daily chart is this. The MACD has crossed bullish. I have shown you guys this technical for the last week, and I've been saying if this crosses bullish, it is going to be incredibly bullish, and it is going to end up being one of the reasons why we move to the upside. Now, I'll show you the last 2 times that we crossed bullish. Number 1, we crossed right here. Not a great signal, albeit. But 2, we also had a bullish cross right here on July the 21st. That preceded this entire rally and moved to the upside. And furthermore, it's not just the fact that we had a bullish MACD cross here on the daily chart. We also, not on the daily chart just yet, but on the 4-hourly chart and the hourly chart, have had a strong buy signal coming from Lux Algo. Take a look at that strong buy signal. That is an incredible signal if I've ever seen one. Now, Lux Algo hasn't been perfect over this week. We've seen a couple of signals that we weren't exactly all that thrilled by, but this signal right here was phenomenal. Guys, you can get Lux Algo, link in the description. If you use coupon code Jebb, J-E-B-B, you'll get 20% off at checkout, so make sure to check that out.
And even that, like, this week would have been a week where instead of using Lux Algo necessarily to make the trade for you, is to help confirm some of the things you were reading, whether you were using technical analysis, whether you were just looking at on-chain metrics, or even doing stuff with sentiment analysis. That I actually love the signal. Sorry, I'm looking at a screen over here to confirm what I see on Jebb's screen. It helps confirm thoughts that you're already having. We talked about the other day is not just using one of these tactics, but when you combine all of them, making your investment and trading decisions based off of all of them put together.
Absolutely, and you can see right here on the hourly chart as well, we have had a strong buy signal show up on the hourly chart for Lux Algo, and we've also had a couple of very well-timed take profit signals. You can see one right here and one right here. If you're in a long trade, right now is not a bad time to take profit, guys. I do think we're going to continue to the upside, but you also, of course, want to make sure that you are being wise with your investments and your trades, and I think Lux Algo is onto something when it says that there should be a take profit right here. I do think that we're going to go into consolidation over the next several hours, but let's look back out here to the daily chart, because one thing I want to show you also is that we're still under a strong sell signal on Lux Algo, but if we do manage to start getting back up above that $48,500 region that we're looking at now, then that could be an argument to be made that we are going to end up breaking farther to the upside, and we could see Lux Algo flip bullish. Another thing to show you here has to do with the Fibonacci retracement. We showed you this about a week ago. Fibonacci retracement's golden pocket is sitting between $48,000 and $48,400, which is in perfect alignment with that level that we're talking about. This level between $48,000 and $48,400, this zone, I'll go ahead and draw it right here, is the most critical level and zone that we have on the chart right now. Here's why. Bitcoin has had a big rally. Yes, but it has only been going on for 2 days, and if we look down here on these shorter term time frames, we have one big volume candlestick, but frankly, we don't have a ton of volume just yet. We haven't been rallying for very long. So I am bullish, and I do think that October is going to be a very bullish month. I want to make sure that's clear, but we also want to make sure that we are confirming these movements at any point that we can. Another thing to show you is the VPVR, the volume profile for the visible range. You can see that that actually tops out right up here at our zone as well, sitting right around 47,500, so you could even draw this resistance zone a little bit farther. But remember, the VPVR is very important for one reason, and that is whenever you are sitting on the top, on a peak up here, think about if you're sitting on top of a mountain and you're a bowling ball. If you're on top of a hill and you're a bowling ball, if you start rolling one direction, you're going to start picking up speed and continue rolling that direction. A bowling ball doesn't roll half the way down a hill and then say, no, actually, I'm going to reverse and go uphill and then go down the other side. That's not how that works. Right now, we can see the market is sitting right on top of the hill. More or less, we are sitting at 47,400, which is where the exact peak of the hill is. We can either roll up or we can roll down. What happens over the next couple of days and whether or not we're able to get above this zone is going to determine if we'll actually be able to roll down, if you will, all the way up to 52,000. I think that's going to happen, but we want to make sure that we are watching out for that. So that is very, very important. Those are all the technicals that I really want to show you in today's stream, but I also have some other fundamentals and talking points that I need to jump onto. So here's one of the ones that I want to bring to your attention. This is a little bit of extra content around the short squeeze that we saw earlier on today. This article on Cointelegraph is literally the most popular article in cryptocurrency news right now. This article is everywhere. You may have seen it. It came out a little over an hour ago. Say hi to Uptober. Hashtag Uptober. I love that name. Bitcoin price surges above $47,000 in minutes, liquidating $270 million in shorts. This article I am simply showing you because I want to show you that we had this major squeeze. You can see that we had 539 Bitcoins short squeezed in a minute, which helped to push Bitcoin to the upside. $270 million liquidated in an hour. So all the people shorting out there over on Bybit and everywhere, they have lost a lot of money right now. If you're in a short trade, I feel for you, but I can't say I'm not happy that we rallied. I am most certainly happy that we rallied. Another thing to talk about really quickly here that helped this is the fact that, let me see where I have this article. Here we go. So Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, was in Congress, I believe yesterday, and he said something very, very important here. Right down here, he says, where exactly is it? Jerome Powell basically came in front of Congress and said that they are not going to be following the China ban and they're not going to be banning cryptocurrencies. He does say that stablecoins need to be regulated, but that's something you need to know about. Jerome Powell is one of the most powerful financial men just on the planet. He is the chairman of the Federal Reserve. What he says has a lot of weight. He says that it doesn't look like the USA, and it certainly doesn't look like he or anyone from the Fed is going to try to ban cryptocurrency in the United States, which we already knew that, but the rest of the world can take a sigh of relief because of that. Another thing to talk about here is the fact that PlanB, the pseudonymous creator of the stock-to-flow model, pretty much nailed this prediction, and his October target is $63,000. In fact, he's got a few more price predictions. He believes in November we are going to see the market rallying all the way to $98,000, and by December he thinks that Bitcoin's going to be over $135,000. And I think he might be onto something. If we do rally to $63,000 by the end of this month, that would be massive, and I'll show you exactly why. A $63,000 rally for Bitcoin would be a 35% gain. It'd be a $16,000 move to the upside, and it also means that we would be nipping on the heels of all-time high, which right now is sitting at 65. If Plan B is correct, and this is something we're going to discuss more in this stream, then what we just saw was a massive cup and handle formation with a cup right there, a handle right here with our downtrending level of resistance, and then the movement to the upside has started. You can see this cup and handle formation has a price target right around the beginning of November of all-time high. I've been talking about this. I showed you guys the same thing on Ethereum. There's a cup and handle formation on Ethereum right now. Boom. downtrending trading channel. Ethereum is in a giant, has a giant potential for rally back up to $5,000, which, by the way, I'm going to be talking about in tomorrow's video. But the point is here, Bitcoin has a lot of potential to be moving to the upside in a very big way. And I think Plan B is onto something, because when he predicted that we'd be over $47,000 by the end of last month, he was definitely right. We ended at $47,300. When he said we'd end this month right around $43,000 or a little bit higher, he was pretty much right. And now we're seeing the same thing. In fact, on Around the Blockchain yesterday, I was asked about this big red candlestick right here. It actually turned out to be a spinning top on Bitcoin. This spinning top monthly candlestick for September could have been bearish, but I said yesterday that I think what we're going to see happen on Around the Blockchain, I said this, you can go back and watch the video, I think that we're going to see this turn into a green, red, green formation. Bitcoin's going to rally here, and then this is going to be a monthly chart reason why we head to the upside. We look back to 2017, we can see an example happen in September as well. We saw a green candlestick followed by a red candlestick in September of 2017, followed by a blast off in October, and then we saw a rally of 250% over the course of the 2 months between October, November, and December, the 3 months between October, November, and December. I think we are repeating exactly what we saw in 2017, and I'll be honest with you guys, I think that we are going to be going into a big rally over the rest of this month. I think we're going to be sitting close to all-time high before the month closes. I think we're going to be above it moving into November, and by December, I think our prediction that we've been saying for the last several months of $100,000 around December, maybe January, is going to come to pass. So, Tim, I want to hear your opinion. How big, and we're going to obviously wait until the end of the stream. We're going to dive into our real conclusions. We're going to talk about all of this. This is our first segment. In the final segment, which we're going to be starting here around 10:10, make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going to be diving into our discussion about the future of crypto and what that all looks like. But Tim, I do want to hear your take on how much weight should and how much stock should we put in this little breakout that we've seen right now? Because $1,500 is actually not that big of a rally in the grand scheme of things on cryptocurrency, on Bitcoin. But we've been so boring for the last couple of months that, you know, anything is giving us a lot of excitement. Are we getting excited too early, or is this something that really is a tipping point?
Well, when you say $1,500, what do you mean?
$2,000 to the upside. We rallied $2,000 overnight. We've rallied about $4,000 over the last 2 days.
I think that is significant. What I want to see, first of all, play out, and I know you said that you don't like the volume where it is currently, but when I'm looking at the hourly chart, I like the green bar of volume in the sense of look at how much it outweighs the red bars on some of these dips. If you scroll back and look at some of these other dips, look at those massive red bars. Jebb, I don't know if you can do that while we're, look at those massive red bars. Go back to the 7th of September. Yeah. Look at the big red bars on the 7th of September.
17th, you mean?
7th.
The 7th of September.
Yep.
Yes, the 7th of September, right here.
Can you create a little separation for everybody so they can see the difference?
Yes.
The wick kind of overlaps. There we go. Look at the massive red bar, then look at the green bars.
Yep.
Go back to every single time we dip. So whether we did it right here on the 10th of September, we did it right here on the 13th of September. We then come over here, we did it again on the 20th of September, then the 21st, then we did it again on the 24th, so on and so forth. Look at the bars that have a lot of size. They're red bars. Over here, though, when we start moving over to the 26th, when we move to the 28th, and we move to the 29th, these are all very low volume bars, but over here on this spike, we see a massive green. This is what Richard Wyckoff talks about when he says, when you're expecting that trend to change, look for the low prices receiving low volume, and then as we begin to rally, we need to see, he did not say we need to see monstrous amounts of volume, we need to see an uptick in volume. That is why I actually love what is happening right now on the volume bar, because it's actually the confirmation we need of what's happening. Now, another thing I would love to potentially see happen, and it's too early to confirm and say this will for sure happen, but that level, I think a key level to look at is 48,000. I think 48,000 is going to tell us a lot, but guess when the last time we touched 48,000 was? Right on, if you're on the daily chart, you go back to the 18th of September, look right there. What we're kind of seeing form on this daily chart looks like the beginning of a head and shoulder, or an inverted head and shoulders.
That's what we've been saying for weeks, guys.
If we can touch today and kind of hang at that 48,000 maybe today and maybe tomorrow, and then maybe come back down, we might come back all the way down to somewhere around 45, 44, which is something that we were talking about the other day. and still be on track to continue to form this inverted head and shoulders pattern, in which case, just quickly, you can do it while I'm doing it, but if you track where that neckline would be if we're going to actually say this is happening versus the bottom of that price, and we extrapolate that, we're looking at a potential price prediction of 56,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is something do not say this, oh, Tim just said, Crypto Jebb just said, we're about to be an inverted head and shoulders pattern. We're going to 56,000 automatically. Boom. We're good to go. This is something to keep an eye on. But again, when it comes to the volume, when it comes to the things we're seeing happen in price action, this is still tracking with everything we've been talking about. And I'm looking super bullish. I think that even right now is a great time. The last thing I want to say, we are seeing right now, I think 47,000 and 48,000 for the rest of today is pretty crucial to watch. I love what we're sitting at right now. Versus that, I think by the end of the day, we will, if we don't surpass 48,000, we're at least getting back up to it. Yeah,
absolutely. So, in 2 sentences.
Yes.
Is it too early for us to call an October? Is it too early to call, or are we confident in October?
It's not too early. I thought you were going to say, is it too early to call the inverse head and shoulders?
No.
It is too early to call that. It is not too early to say that we have a bullish outlook for October. I predicted this earlier this week.
We're on to 3 sentences and 4 sentences now.
What?
I said 2 sentences. That was like 5.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Fine.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and read some super chats because we got a bunch of people that have sent some super chats, and I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. We've almost got 5,000 people watching. We're getting close to a channel record on concurrent. Smash that like button if you haven't already. I know we can get to 2,000 likes here in the next couple of minutes. Let's go ahead and read some super chats.
All right, so we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 new members that we need to shout out first. First of all, Justin Peacock upgraded to Jedi Padawan. So Justin, not welcome, but thank you so much for continuing to be a part of this team. Mauricio Corneo, I think, is the best way to pronounce that one, but Mauricio is correct. He just became a Jedi Padawan, so welcome, Mauricio. Frazzle8989 said just became a Jedi Youngling, so welcome. And then SMC just became a Jedi Padawan. Welcome, new members to the team. We're glad to have you guys. Moving on to super chats. Awesome. We got one from Stanley Bukakis saying, what is the relationship between volume and price? Can price go up without volume?
Tim, you are constantly talking about that relation. You want to answer that?
Absolutely, it definitely can. But there's different times and different ways to read what's happening there. What I'm currently reading on is in a season of manipulation, a sign that the price is going to swing upwards is after a low volume dip in the price, which is what we've seen, with then an increase in the price or a rally with higher volume is a confirmation that we are coming actually out of an accumulation phase, that the whales, the institutions, or the composite man is ready
where's the composite
for the
man?
Upward movement.
Come on.
And so to me, if we had moved up in price, we could have moved up in price without low volume. All that would mean is that it means the price needs to come back down at least one more time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next one from Cloud Era Music said, any update on new TradingView video on CT2A? Also, do you see XRP being more explosive than ADA this cycle?
Do I see XRP being more explosive than ADA this cycle? It depends on the SEC case. Look, guys, if the SEC does finally settle with Ripple, then yes, it's going to explode and it's going to outpace Cardano. The thing is, I really do think that Cardano right now has already seen a lot of its gains. It's going to see more, but I think it's seen a lot of its gains. Now it's time for it to prove itself, and XRP is going to moonshot once it finally sees that case be settled, which I do think is going to happen in the next couple of months. It's going to end up being a very bullish thing for the cryptocurrency market, and it's just going to be jet fuel to push us further to the upside.
Yeah, the truth is, I think out of everyone here, I'm the most bearish on XRP, which I still love it. I think the answer to that question is yes. I think it will.
Yeah, I think it will.
I think it'll outpace it.
Absolutely.
Will it do 6x? I don't think so. Will it do more than Cardano? I think so. Next one, Corey said, hey guys, yesterday I asked how quickly we could get volume, so how is that today?
Volume's doing great. Yeah, the volume's doing good.
Is it the highest volume we've seen in the last couple of weeks? No, it's not. But is it higher than what we've seen this last week? Absolutely.
It's getting there. Yeah, the volume's doing better than it was. Absolutely.
Yeah. Alexander the Cynical said, good morning, fellows. What needs to happen to spring another altcoin season? Also, is PlanB a time traveler? Wow.
PlanB is probably a time traveler.
I imagine,
time traveler, yes. He traded in all his Bitcoin for a DeLorean is what happened. He didn't go and buy a Lambo. He bought a flux capacitor is what he did, yeah. Looks like it.
Let's see.
We got time for one, maybe 2 more.
Well, he asked, like, what needs to happen for another
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. What needs to happen for another altcoin season is we probably need to see Bitcoin continue to break to the upside like we think that it is going to do. And then if XRP does have this SEC lawsuit let up, then that's going to be good. We're also going to talk about today how the SEC has pushed back the deadline for some ETFs, but I actually think that the SEC may end up approving some of those ETFs. And if that does occur, then that is going to moonshot Bitcoin and crypto. If that occurs, then yes, the altcoin space is going to explode. Guys, you got to realize DeFi was a pipe dream 2 years ago, and now there's over $100 billion locked in it. The DeFi ecosystem is exploding. There's going to be $1 trillion in that space very, very, very soon. I'm talking in the next 24 months. We're going to see a moonshot on some of these altcoins, guys. Things like Chainlink, Matic, some of these smaller crap cryptocurrencies, even like Cardano's probably still got 10x left in it. We're going to see some massive gains on the altcoin season, and I don't think it's as far away as people think. We got time for one more.
Let's see here. I'm going to go to just the oldest one. We got one from Jeffrey. Jeffrey Fritz said, I made reference to Bitcoin last week. Is a bus sitting waiting for kids to board. Don't be that kid running behind after it leaves. Guess who's running behind it? My friend.
Yep. No, that is a very good analogy, and I think you're absolutely right. Guys, look, that's why we bring you both sides of the story here on this show, because we want you guys to understand, hey, there is a bullish camp and there's a bearish camp, and there's always going to be both of those camps. It's never going to be just bullish. It's never going to be just bearish. And by the way, that's why we're about to talk about some of the bearish technicals. There aren't many. In fact, we had to scrounge to find bearish scenarios this morning, but it is our responsibility through journalistic integrity to make sure that we show you how this could go wrong. So while I am not bearish and I think we're going to rally, I am going to talk about some of the bearish technicals for the sake of our integrity. So let's go ahead and jump back onto our chart. We'll go for about 10 minutes here, and then we're going to jump into our discussion starting at 10:10. So make sure you stick around for that. We got some cool things to talk about. The first thing that we need to talk about is the simple fact, look, guys, Bitcoin just went through a giant rally and is massively overextended. We are super far outside of the Bollinger Bands right now. I mean, the Bollinger Bands, it's just funny the way that the market has rallied outside of the Bollinger Bands. We are so far outside of the Bollinger Bands on the 4-hour chart. The Bollinger Bands right now on the 4-hour chart are sitting at 46,500, and just 12 hours ago, they were at 44,000. So we have had a moonshot. And look, this is not a bad thing. This is actually a really good thing, but it is something to keep in mind that the next 24 hours or so, there's two camps. Number one, there's the camp that, oh, everybody's going to wake up over in China and over, well, not in China, but over in Asia and then also on the Pacific coast of America. And then everybody's going to say, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm going to go buy a ton of Bitcoin. It's going to moonshot the price, and they're going to go into longs, and then we're going to have the dominoes fall, and we're going to move up. That's one argument. But the other argument is, we've just gone through a massive rally, and a lot of people have not had many long to not tell you that that is something that is very possible and, frankly, somewhat likely. People are going to take profit when you've seen the market rally from $40,000, 20% in.
It's trying to reconnect right now.
What the heck?
Test, test. Can you guys hear me in chat? Check, check.
I mean, it looks like we're still live.
Check, check. We're back. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
All right.
Cool beans.
Boom.
Sorry about that, guys. Looks like the internet doesn't want us to be very excited today. What I was saying is that Bitcoin has gone into a major rally. It rallied at 17% in the span of just 36 hours. And the simple fact of the matter is, when you rally 17% in 36 hours and people have been desperate for gains over the last several months, they're going to take some profit. And that's what we're seeing happen over the last couple of minutes. We're seeing a correction happen on Bitcoin. I don't think this is going to be that deep, but I do want to make sure that you guys don't get wrecked. Here's the simple fact of the matter. We have just started a major rally, and I do think October is going to be very bullish. But it would be unwise of us not to understand reasons that it might go wrong. So here are some of the reasons why it could go wrong. First and foremost, we still have a lot of resistance above us. If we look at the VPVR, we can see that one of the highest levels of VPVR resistance is still just ahead of us, sitting around 47,500. I mentioned that earlier, but I haven't talked about how important that is. If we don't manage to get over that, and if we do pull back here, the stakes are high right now, because right now everything is going right for Bitcoin. If something goes wrong here, then the bulls are not going to have an answer to the question that the bears are asking, which is, you had everything going for you. Why weren't you able to rally the price? And that would shatter the confidence of the bulls. That would embolden the bears. So keep in mind, we're very bullish right now. We've had a $7,000 rally very, very quickly. But If this doesn't continue, then it is definitely going to be something that we are going to struggle with. We want to make sure that we take the bull by the horns right now and make sure that he keeps running. With that said, I also have a bit of news here. It's not really bad news, but like I said, guys, we are scrounging for bearish technicals. Right now, everything's so incredibly bullish that we couldn't find much, but this is one thing that you might consider to be FUD. The SEC extends 4 Bitcoin ETF deadlines by 45 days. So here's the deal. A Bitcoin ETF would open the gates to literally millions of Americans to buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that they otherwise wouldn't do. A lot of, especially older Americans, are not very confident in things like Coinbase or in cryptocurrencies in general, but they are confident in their stocks and they are confident in the traditional financial markets. So an ETF would open the door for a lot of people that otherwise would not be involved in cryptocurrencies. ETFs have already been approved in all kinds of nations. Switzerland has approved one. It's approving funds. We've seen a joint Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF approved in Canada recently. That has, I think, $18 billion under management. So we've got some pretty big ETFs going on around the world. I think Brazil has approved a couple of them. Right now, 4 of them are in the pipeline, and they've all been extended by 45 days. But I'm going to be honest with you. I have a feeling that a Bitcoin ETF is around the corner. So this is technically bearish news. Not really, because what I think we're going to see happen is that one of these ETFs, I think, is finally going to get approved. I've been looking at ETFs for the last 4 years that I've been in cryptocurrency. They've been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Right now, it is technically bearish that this was pushed back, but the simple fact is, if one gets approved, it would be incredibly bullish and would help to push Bitcoin to $100,000. Guys, that's all I got for you on the bearish technicals. Right now, things are looking phenomenal for Bitcoin. I do think we're going back to $63,000 by the end of this month. But let's go ahead and read some super chats, and then we'll jump into our concluding segment and discuss where we think Bitcoin is heading next. Got some cool topics we want to bring up, so make sure to look forward to that. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. We're currently at 1,500 likes. I know that we can get to 2,000 in the next couple of minutes. Thank you very much for tuning in. We go live 9:30 Eastern Time every single weekday. You're not going to want to miss it. We're bringing you the highest quality educational, informational content on markets, and you're going to want to tune in because when you walk away, you have a much better understanding of where the cryptocurrency markets are and where they're going. And also make sure to sign up for Lux Algo. Link in the description box down below. Incredible indicator. If you use coupon code Jebb, J-E-B-B, you'll get 20% off at checkout. It's an indicator that I use every single day to bring you guys this content, and you're not going to want to miss it. We've had a ton of people sign up for it. It's fantastic. Check it out. Links down below. Drop a 1 if you use Lux Algo and you love it. Let's go ahead and read some super chats, Tam.
Well, first, we have a new Jebbi Knight.
Let's go.
Stanley Bukakis is now a Knight, so welcome.
Welcome, Stanley. Thank you.
Man, our team is growing.
Yeah.
We have a donation. I don't see a chat from him, but Cody Whitlock just wanted to donate, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Cody.
Liberty Above All said, let's start this morning out right. So much for my fear of that descending triangle on at TA Tim. Guess I'm switching to Team Tim. Also, shout out to PlanB for the $43,000 price prediction.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to PlanB, my friend.
Let's see what else we got.
That man, I actually don't know if I showed this. No, I did show this tweet, but he's got a GIF of somebody, putting a thing in a thing that I can't say on YouTube for fear of our channel getting taken or getting demonetized. But you can see the GIF right here. It's a pretty funny GIF on my screen. PlanB tweeted this morning. Make sure to go and follow him. He's got a great Twitter.
Matt Caesar said Plan V versus Nostradamus.
Nostradamus. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for real. Seriously.
Let's see here. Eric Liddell said, do you own assets outside of crypto? I hoard silver, gold, and historic coins. Maybe all coins will be historic one day.
Yeah, I mean, eventually it's going to be like that. I don't have any gold. I do have some silver. It was all gifted to me by my uncle, so I actually don't. I've never bought any silver myself, but I do have, I think, probably like 20 ounces of it or so.
Let's see. We keep moving on here. We got one from Kelly saying, thank you for the sacrifice. He said this way earlier.
Yeah.
Thank you for the sacrifice, May. Your losing means all of us win.
Yep.
You are such a man of service for giving everyone else the win.
That's hilarious.
I'm a team player.
Way to rub salt in the wound.
What can I say?
What can you say?
Kelly also said, waking up to see big green candles only matters if you already are in position. Get off the sidelines.
Yes, absolutely, guys. It's when the market is down that you want to be looking for these entries. That's why we come at you every single day, not just when the market is up, because we want you guys to get in those positions before it's too late. Absolutely.
Yes. Michael Red School said, what is Plan B's prediction for first and second quarter of 2022 and your opinion on it?
I believe his predictions for those quarters are well into the 100,000s. I'm not sure.
Probably.
I don't think that he has posted those, or at least if he has, I haven't seen them. His prediction for December is over $135,000, though, so I would assume his predictions for those months would be well into the 6 digits.
Okay. Let's see. Got probably time for a couple more. Pete L said, thoughts on Engine this run.
Thoughts on Engine this run. I haven't looked at it too much recently, so I can't give you a great answer on that one, to be honest.
We have a donation from Michael McCoy, and I don't see a message there, but thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Julian Robbins said, what do you think of the bull market if we see a break of 40,000, say, in 2 weeks? Appreciate you guys. So I'm assuming he's saying if we drop below 40,000, what is your thoughts?
That would be very bearish, but I don't think that would happen. And if it did, here's the deal, guys. I need you to understand this. This is so important, and some people don't get this. I've been in the cryptocurrency space for going on 4.5 years now. I joined July 31st, 2017 when Bitcoin was trading less than $3,000. $3,050 was the all-time high when I got into crypto. I have been around the block in this space. When I got into crypto, the number of people in this space was 100th of what it is right now. 100th. The number of people that have joined crypto in just the last year has been insane. The number of institutions in this cryptocurrency space is ridiculous. Like, it's insane. There is not going to be a bear cycle that was as bad as 2014 and was as bad as 2018, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see us ever pulling back 85% from all-time high again, like we did in 2018, simply because there's too many big, powerful people vested in the future of this space. I really just don't think that's going to happen.
You know, Jebb feels strongly when he adds a Y before a U. Institutions.
Institutions.
That's,
Institutions. I'm serious.
Last one, and then we will go ahead and jump into the next statement. But let's see here. I want to get the SEC one versus Ripple. Cody Lewis said SEC versus Ripple drop charges according to Yahoo Finance. It's awesome. Shout out to Lubidonis. Here, I saw someone say earlier. Now, this is something we need to fact check. I saw someone say that.
A lot of people are saying that news is fake in chat. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. So we'll look into that. If that's the case, then we will come at you with some content on that. But I can't confirm that while we're live. So we'll look into that after we're done. Cool beans. That everything? Good deal. Well, guys, thank you so much for everybody joining the Jebbi Nights. Guys, if you want to join, support the channel, the join button's down below. We thank you very much. Tim, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
PlanB, the creator of the stock-to-flow model, absolutely nailed his predictions of $47,000 by the end of August and $43,000 at the end of September. His prediction is $63,000 at the end of October. You know that my prediction also is relatively similar to that, around $55,000 to $60,000. Do you think he'll be as close in October as he was in August and September?
What's actually kind of funny, I didn't know that his October prediction was 63,000. Didn't we on the show a little bit ago?
I didn't know that either.
Make our own predictions, and mine was sitting right there around it. So
no, my prediction was 55 to 60 before I knew that his was set. I just found out his prediction was 63 this morning. So I didn't know that.
The real question is PlanB just watching our show?
Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe we're Nostradamus.
I think he's dead on. And again, even a story. I want to pitch a story for people real quick. Going back to what I was talking about, that inverted head and shoulders. Can you go back to that daily chart, Jebb? And I
absolutely can.
This takes time.
We're on my screen.
Hopefully you guys are at least entertained, but I want to tell a story of what could potentially happen. I'm looking at Coinbase, but you can look at whatever. All right, let's pretend that we could see into the future, and this is going to be an inverted head and shoulders pattern. What would confirm it? Well, I want to first let you guys know, before you even look at that, I had some notes this morning that some key levels to watch are going to be 47,000, 48,000, and then we have a key level of support at 45,000 if we need it. If we dip below 47 and keep going down, that is something to keep an eye on. All right? Look at the chart real quick. Where are we going to hit our head? Probably at that 48. What's another level of 48? That would be the neckline of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Now, where to form an inverted head and shoulder pattern does the price need to get down to? At least 45,000, which is a key level of support. Then what happens if that plays out and we actually get to utilize that? The price shoots up to 53 on its way back to rally. All of these things, again, can we confirm and say absolutely without a shadow of a doubt this is going to happen? No, I cannot say that yet. But the story's really writing itself, confirming these different metrics.
Yep.
This is actually looking more and more like it's been planned than every single day. It's looking like this is all a part of the system. And the whole thing is the best traders, the institutions, the whales, they understand these things. They make these things happen. for those of us retail investors who do not have their resources, the best thing we can do is continue to educate ourselves, continue to weaponize ourselves with everything we can get, whether it's new data, whether it's new systems, whether it's new, and to read these charts the same way they read them, and to respond the same way they respond, and watch the money that will come flowing into our pockets to stay away from their pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I got to agree with Plan B here. Look, guys, he's been right the last 2 months. He's calling for a $63,000 Bitcoin. He's calling for a $100,000 Bitcoin in December. And we're going to talk about that prediction too here in a second. I do think that we're going to be sitting up around $60,000 by the end of the month, and you've already heard my reasons. But Tim, I got another question for you relating to Plan B, because his prediction is $98,000 by the end of November.
Okay.
We'd be knocking on 100K's door, and $100,000 by the end of the year. Do you agree with those predictions?
Yeah, I do. I mean, a couple weeks ago, I think it was actually about a month ago, we asked what our predictions on the show was going to be for the end of the year, and I said I'm sitting comfortably right below 100,000, but I think we could get as high as 120.
Yep.
Obviously that's a $20,000 window. It's a pretty big window, so it's not that impressive, but it fits right in that trajectory. So I have never disagreed with Plan B. I'm now seeing him, and I'm watching all the things he's calling, and it's coming true. I'm like, man, I'm seeing him and myself be very aligned with how we think these are going to happen. So I'm very happy to say I agree with Plan B.
Yeah, no, absolutely, guys. I think that we're going to be sitting up. Look, remember, we still have this cup and handle formation in play right here on Bitcoin. And I'm sure Plan B has seen this. We have this cup and handle formation in play, and if we do a simple price extrapolation, then we should be seeing Bitcoin rally back to all-time high in the first to second week of November. From there, if we break all-time high, do you know how much excitement will flow into the cryptocurrencies? But like think about just how many people have heard the name Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Like, I don't know. I can't think of words to describe the amount of exuberance that is going to come into crypto if we break all-time high on Bitcoin. And if Ethereum does what it's going to do, which I'm going to be making a video today that'll go out tomorrow explaining why I think a $5,000 Ethereum is literally 45 days away. Make sure to stay tuned for that video. And then like a $10,000 Ethereum is not far away either. Guys, people don't see this. I need you to see this, because if you miss it, you're going to regret it. Right now, the dominoes are lined up in such a massive way. There's about to be such a gigantic inflow of capital into this cryptocurrency space. It is going to knock your socks off. And I really think that moving on into Q1 of 2022, we are going to see Bitcoin trading in between $100,000 and $200,000, and we're going to see trillions of dollars flow into this space. We're going to see more nations announce plans to be adopting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We're going to see an Alphabet or a Google, which is Alphabet subsidiary, or a Microsoft, or an Apple or an Amazon adopt Bitcoin. One of those trillion-dollar companies, I think, is going to adopt Bitcoin and crypto in the next 6 months. The dominoes are lining up, and they're getting knocked over right now. That's why I said 3 days ago that we're at a critical decision point. If we break to the upside here, as we've just done, then those dominoes start getting knocked over. Because there's also dominoes knocked up that are locked up, that are stacked up and lined up that are bearish. Those can fall over too. As we've rallied the last 2 days, we have begun a chain of events, a chain reaction that I think is going to lead back to $100,000, past $100,000, and frankly, I think we're within 24 months of the inflection point of a massive run to $1 million within 5 to 10 years. I think it's starting right now. It kicked off 10 years ago when crypto was formed, 12 years ago, January 3rd, 2009, but I think it is so close to continuing. So, Tim, I got another question for you. This is a little bit unrelated, but it actually is incredibly, incredibly important. Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, came out and said that he, and it doesn't seem like the rest of the United States, has any plans to ban Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. This happened yesterday, before the major rally that we saw this morning. Do you think that the news that Jerome Powell and the Fed in the United States have no plans to ban Bitcoin, even though we already knew that, but the general populace might not have, do you think that that helped to lay the foundation for this rally? And how significant is it that we have something of confirmation of that?
Well, I mean, I think it's good to hear someone say it, but here's where I am at with politicians speaking on at least cryptocurrency. I'm not saying I don't trust a single word that comes out of their mouth, but I'm saying I don't put a lot of stock until I see action. This is one of those things that's like, hey, I'm not saying this is bearish, that because he said this, all of a sudden that means, oh no, they're definitely going to do it. But at the same time, he also said they have no plans to do it. We also just had news break this week that it looks like, what's the position that the person is being...
The Office of the Comptroller of the Currency.
That person is somebody who's against banks and wants to regulate.
They're against everything. They just want to tear everything down.
So I'm like, okay, I don't... I'm not ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater on that news, but I'm also not ready to start celebrating that crypto is untouchable in the U.S. just because somebody came out and said we have no plans.
Yeah.
I'm just not putting my stock there. At the end of the day, if they ban it, that's not going to kill crypto. As we've discussed several times in the stream, crypto is an unstoppable train. You might be able to put something in its way to slow it down, but you will not stop it.
Yeah, no, it's not going to get banned. It's not going to have a bunch of regulation on it that makes it impossible to do business. And Elon Musk came out and said it'd be a bad idea for the government to regulate it, and he even said that the government should do nothing, and I think that's what's going to happen. If you're enjoying today's show, smash that like button. Jay Aram said in chat here, there is some big news that we aren't aware of yet. I absolutely agree. That's what I'm talking about with these dominoes lined up, guys. I know I've said that like 4 times, but it's important. The amount of news that we're going to see break in the next couple of months is going to be staggering. Why? Because the institutions are involved now. We are in a different game now than we were a year ago. If you drop a 1 in chat if you've been here for over a year, and drop a 2 if you've been here for less than a year. I need to get a gauge of where the audience is. If you've been here for over a year, you know what I'm talking about. The game changed when we broke $20,000. We're in a different epoch of the history of cryptocurrency because now institutions are involved on a macro scale. Remember Bakkt? Drop a 7 in chat if you remember Bakkt. Intercontinental Exchange, the founders, and not the founders, the owners of the New York Stock Exchange, they created this thing called Bakkt. It was a way for traditional finance to get involved in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It was the biggest news story of 2018. It wouldn't be in the first 10 pages of Cointelegraph today if that news came out. It wouldn't be, because it doesn't matter. Because there's thousands of them. There is so much news lined up, and here's the deal. All those institutions, they bought the frickin' dip in the same way Nayib Bukele did, the president of El Salvador. They bought up a ton of Bitcoin back during May, June, and July when Bitcoin was around $30,000. They bought up Ethereum when we were down around $1,700, $2,000. This is not speculation. This is known. We can look on the chain. These transactions are public. We know that there have been whale wallets accumulating this. We know that whales have been accumulating Bitcoin like crazy. Who are these whales? They're the PayPals of the world. They're the Twitters of the world. They're the El Salvadors of the world. They want Bitcoin to moonshot, and they're going to make sure it happens because the people here have enough power to make sure that it happens. What are your thoughts on that, Tim?
The key thing to look at when it comes to news, there is a difference between rumor and fact.
Yep.
Looking at this news right now, is this news coming out that the government says that they have no plans to ban crypto? Is it a rumor or a fact? Because this is really crucial. If you go back and look at this last bull run, the news that broke us down from the all-time highs, that news of Elon Musk and Tesla not using Bitcoin, was that a rumor or was that a fact? It was a fact. Therefore, bearish news factually will dip the price. But here's what the institutions and whales are going to be doing over the next couple of months. They are going to be posting stories at opportune times. What you need to do is pay attention. If it is a fact, watch the price go up. If it is bullish news that is a rumor, watch the price most likely stifle and go down because they're taking profits. Vice versa, if the bearish news is a fact, watch the price go down. If the bearish news is just FUD and is just a rumor, watch them actually choosing. That's the perfect time for them to buy, to get in as much as they can. Make sure you are not duped into just listening to every single rumor that's out there and fudding out or FOMOing in to your longs or short positions.
And here's the deal, guys. This strategy over the last 4 months has been to get you to panic sell. This is important. The strategy over the last 4 months has been to get you to panic sell. It's been to get you out of the cryptocurrency so that they can buy it. Who's they? The multinational institutions and whales that are in this space now. We know this. We can see it on the on-chain metrics. For a long time, I've been very against shouting manipulation, but we can see it now. We know it. It's fact. We don't have to argue anymore. We know that there are big people in this space that want to make a lot of money. They wanted you to sell because you were scared. Now, what they want you to do is they want you to sell because you're in profit. They want you to sell because you're up 20%. They want you to sell because you're up 50%. They want you to sell because you're up 100%. All of you that hodled through this correction, now the game has shifted again in the last 2 days. Now, instead of you having the reason to sell because you're scared, now a lot of people are going to sell because they're up 20%. I told you guys, don't sell when we're down. Hodl and you'll be glad you did. Don't leave the space. But now I got some very similar sounding advice to you. It's not financial advice, but it's my opinion. That's what you came here for. Don't sell the rallies. They still want you to sell because the people that are in this space have been around the block. They watched the dot-com bubble. They saw these stocks that were worth $2 back then that are trading at $1 trillion in market cap now. They know that if they buy it and they hold it for 15 years, they're going to be up 100x, and you can't get that anywhere else. They want you to sell when your investment doubles to them so they can get it at a suboptimal entry price, but still a pretty good entry price, so they can wait 10 years, have the long game and the long vision and the delayed gratification and make millions. They wanted you to sell out of the position and FUD, and now they're going to want you to sell out of your gains so that they can buy it again. Don't do it. Make sure you are hodling because the market is up right now, but don't get so excited about a small prize now that you forget that there is a massive prize coming in just a matter of years. If you forget that, you're going to regret it. What do you think about that, Tim? What is your plans and how are you trading this space versus how much money do you, not how much money, but percentage-wise, how much of your money are you working with trading and short-term things and over the next 3 months, and how much of it are you just holding and not touching?
Big investment portfolio, meaning untouchable. I am not taking away. It's touchable in the sense that I can add to it. But I do have a small portfolio for trading, and I am in a great spot right now where I'm making some long positions, and I'm going to increase that. But there will be times where I say, hey, you know what? It's time to flip and short the market. That's not right now. That's not hit at all. But over the next little bit, I am just going to continue to keep my head down. I'm going to continue to read the charts. I'm going to continue to look at what's happening on-chain data, and I'm going to be looking at the facts, and I'm going to be paying attention to the rumors because most likely whatever rumor comes out, it is trying to either discourage or encourage you in the wrong direction.
Yep. Absolutely, guys. And by the way, make sure to go follow @KellyKellum on Twitter. I'll go ahead and put his handle in chat here. He helps us to put all of this show together, and he's been awesome. He went from 100 followers when he started working with us about 2 weeks ago. Now he's at 1,200. He posts some phenomenal stuff over on his Twitter account, so make sure to check that out. Let's go ahead and read some super chats.
Before we do that, I was seeing in chat. I just want to reference some people. Here's the thing, guys. There's some rumors out there. So this is one of the things, the facts, the rumors. We should come up with some sort of like metric that people can see at the top of my head. I saw a lot of people saying, is Tim bald under there? Let's see the top of his head. What's happening there? I'm not going to, just give you guys that for free. You're going to have to,
you know how many views we'd get if you took that hat off, Tim? You have any idea?
But I want to see further growth. So here's the thing. Could we start a betting pool? Could we see, is Tim bald underneath this hat or is Tim?
I know, so I can't say.
Smay, I don't appreciate the...
What's
the discouragement. He's over here using the crickets. Anyway, we'll figure out what we want to do there.
Yes, and by the way, we got to say thank you to Yard Dog. I don't think we have done that yet. He donated $300 earlier and said, let's go, baby. Thank you very, very much to Yard Dog, our friend up in Knoxville, Tennessee. Good deal.
All right, we got some. This has been a great stream for members because we have a bunch of new members. Raymond Johansson just became a Jebb youngling.
Let's go.
Welcome, Raymond.
Welcome.
Crypto. Okay.
My favorite part of the stream, Tim trying to pronounce names.
I don't like Krypton initial. I don't know. Welcome. You're a Jebb youngling, man. I say it's a man. I don't even know because
apparently I just said in chat. Type a 1 in chat if the crypto beard is the crypto bald.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe,
see it.
Maybe.
Tim wants to be bald. Tim wants to be bald, so that's not an insult.
Gil Hermy Lima just became a Jebb youngling, so
let's go.
At the end of the stream, I'm gonna go back and read all of the people that joined just to give them one more shout out. But for now, that's what we got. Let me look here. I think. Let's see. We had a couple super chats here to answer. Rick4962. Yeah, he said, okay, that's the one you just said. He said, let's go, baby. Donated $300. Holy cow.
Yeah, seriously.
Come on. L. Rhymes said, hey, guys, what's a good ladder out plan? Like if Bitcoin hits 100,000, should you ladder out a higher percentage at first or increase percentage as it climbs?
I would personally definitely take some profits. And you might think that is... you might think that that's contrary to what I'm saying earlier. I want to clarify what I'm saying earlier. Take profits a little bit. But make sure you are having some of your portfolio that you're not touching. I personally have only ever one time in the history of crypto ever sold out of crypto and taken it out in a bank account. And that was just recently. It was a very small amount, but I've been here for 4 years. It's been 4 years before I took any profits at all. I took a little bit of profit. It's been 4 years. Cryptocurrency has such a bright future. If you need the money right now, then yeah, take your profits. But the point is, no matter where you are in crypto, it's a good idea to be constantly increasing the amount that you're holding, not decreasing. That's my opinion, but I think it's very, very important that you do that.
Before we get to the rest of the super chats, I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat. Here's what I'll do. We'll have other things we do for this as well. We've been talking about this team, but I'm going to add to the pot that we haven't even revealed yet. When we hit 200,000 subscribers, there will be a Tim head reveal, and you guys can see whether it is shiny under here or whether it is luscious.
That sounds like a good reason to subscribe to the channel, guys. I think we can hit 200K subs in the next 3 weeks. Smash that subscribe button if you're enjoying today's show, by the way. And look, here's the reason you should. Because our mission here is to help you live out your purpose by helping you achieve financial freedom. That's why we are here every single day. Because we believe you were put on this planet for a reason, and we believe that you becoming financially free through your work here in cryptocurrency will make you financially free so that you can give back to your community and your church and your family so that you can take care of the people around you. I want you to be successful because I didn't have a whole lot when I got involved in cryptocurrency. Now that I've been in crypto, I have been able to help myself and my friends and my family, and I've been able to give back in such a big way, and I'm so incredibly thankful, and I want you to do the same. I want you to be able to do the same. We're here to make you free, financially and otherwise. So hit that subscribe button if that's something that you can stand behind.
All right, yeah. David Smith said, I just hope they are not manipulating the market up and down to liquidate shorts and longs. What do you guys think?
I think there's a lot of manipulation going on, but I think a lot of the bearish manipulation is coming to an end. I think we're going to start seeing more bullish manipulation as the whales have had a lot of time to accumulate. I think they tried to push us well below $40,000 over the last 3 weeks, and they weren't able. So that I think they're starting to think, we're good. We'll just go ahead and move. We got a lot. That's what I think's going on.
No, but that plays into it. They definitely understand where the longs and shorts are, and they know it's a snowball. You don't have to build a massive snowball to build a snowman.
Yeah.
You start with a little one and start rolling down the hill that gets bigger as it goes. Unfortunately, that is part of their game plan, so don't fall for what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Johnny Shake said, you guys are awesome. Shout out to Loopy Donuts. NFT is the next green wave.
Boom, there you go.
I don't know what that is.
NFTs are freaking killing it, man.
Yeah. Let's see.
And by the way, Tim knows what an NFT is.
I know what that is. The Loopy Donuts.
You don't know what I don't know what that is either.
Yeah,
so.
sorry. SpongeBob. We got SpongeBob in chat.
SpongeBob's in the chat, my man.
Guys, what do you think about Matic this run? Love from in.
Matic is massively undervalued. Matic yesterday actually surpassed active addresses on Ethereum. It went from they're both sitting around 350,000 active addresses. Matic passed Ethereum. That is nuts. The fact that it passed Ethereum is incredible considering it's valued a 20th of what Ethereum, more like a 30th of what Ethereum is. Matic is a great project in my opinion, and I think it is one that you should definitely be having if you were an altcoin investor.
We just had a chat from Crypto R Us.
Really?
Yeah, he said, at
George.
Hey. When is 100,000?
What's up, George? When 100,000? Crypto R Us, I want to hear your take on this, buddy.
Next year.
I don't know your prediction, but I think that we're going to see $100,000 sometime in December, maybe January. What do you think, George?
Well, aren't we about to do a collab with him soon?
On Monday.
On Monday. Yes, sir.
Excited.
George is coming on the channel, guys, so make sure to look forward to that. Looking forward to it, man. I'm glad we finally got that set up. Thank you very much for being patient with me.
Last super chat I see here until Shannon gives me something else. Kelly Kellum said, easiest way to fight FUD is to follow the data, which big money plays and follows people online whom provide this information. HODL is the big money move.
Absolutely, guys. HODL, HODL, HODL. You will regret it if you don't. You got to have two portfolios. You want to have your trading portfolio and your investment portfolio. Look, if you don't want to do a bunch of trading, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with not trading. Make sure that you have investment. You will regret it if you don't. I have Bitcoin that I bought at $4,000. I have Ethereum I bought for less than $100, and I am so glad that I didn't say, oh, yeah, I bought this for 90 bucks. Ethereum's at $180. Let me go ahead and sell it. I'm up 100%. It's at 4,000 right now. Or Ethereum's at what? 3,200 right now. It's about to be at 4,000 in the next couple of weeks. I'm so glad I didn't sell for a short-term profit and sacrifice a long-term gain. Anywho, let's go ahead and thank all of our members one more time.
Speaking of, we have one more from Giffrey. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced.
Giffey.
Giffrey?
Griffey. Thank you, Griffey.
Let us know. There's no. Is there an R there? There is. Okay, I mistyped it. All right, Griffey. Thank you so much. He just became a Jebb youngling. So I'm going to run through all of our new members from this stream alone. Yep. We have Griffey starting out. Raymond Johansson. This is the fun one. Crypto Nishil. I don't know. Welcome to Jebb younglings. Guillermo. Stanley. Nope. That's not it. Yeah,
Okay.
Stanley Bukakis, Justin Peacock, Mauricio, the last name I can't pronounce, Frazzle8989, and then SMC. Those are all of our new members.
Let's go.
Thank you so much for joining the team.
Thank you guys very much. And by the way, guys, go make sure to subscribe to Cryptos R Us. Got some amazing content over there, and I'm really looking forward to collaborating with him here on the channel. Cannot wait. George makes some great content, so make sure to go and subscribe to his channel. I am George, and we are all George. Make sure to go and do that.
We need to make it very clear. I'm Smay.
Smay is Smay. But I'm a fan of George, so subscribe to his channel. He's got good content.
I like him, but I'm Smay. So.
Well, there you go, guys. There you have it. That's all we got for you today. I hope you did enjoy this episode of Coffee and Crypto. We will be back Monday morning, 9:30 Eastern sharp. We don't come in late, and I am looking forward to the future of this channel and the future of Bitcoin. We got a new Jebbi youngling, Johnny Shake.
Add him to the
Thank you
list.
very much, Johnny. That's all we got for you today, guys. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching and following our social medias, as always. Links in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.